Stillman's gym. I wanted to go to Stillman's,
Sure.
and I met Sugar Ray Robinson and George Gainsford. And I asked Gainsford questions, and I'm meeting Sugar Ray, and Ray just took to me. He gave me his home number. So at the age of 16 years old, I'm talking to Sugar Ray Robinson. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but his last 3 fights, actually there were 4, but 3 of his last 4 fights he fought for me.
Okay.
Yeah, in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Steubenville, Ohio, and the last fight was in Pittsburgh against Joey Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Al Abrams?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Al had an annual event, the Dapper Dam.
Dapper Dam,
yeah.
right.
And I did that show for the Dapper Dam. And it was like, Ray Robinson fought for me.
Yeah.
And something else I did, which when I did it, I knew what I had. No one even thinks about it, talks about it. There's a little niche that I've got that people check it out, it will last forever. Ray Robinson to me was the greatest fighter that ever lived, all right? When Gainsford called me, I was operating out of Pittsburgh then, and George Gainsford called me to come into New York and sit down with him and Ray. Came out to New York, and George said, we want to get Ray one more title fight. Who do you think, and I'll never forget this, who do you think would be the smart fight for Ray that you think Ray would beat? I said, Joey Archer. I said, Joey's out of New York, can't punch. I said, I think Ray can beat him. If he loses, he's going to lose a decision. But I said, if he loses, George and Ray, I said, Ray, this has to be your last fight. So he said, it will. So I got Joey Archer, and I set it up for Pittsburgh. I said, let's do this right. Let's get a couple of tune-up fights and prepare for them. I said, let's go into Johnstown, PA, and Steubenville. So I'm in Johnstown, and I've got him boxing Peter Schmidt there. And all of a sudden, something hit me. I'm in Johnstown, PA. I'm building this up as the biggest event since the flood, the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Who's making a comeback but Willie Pep? And Willie I also met when I was a kid. And, we used to converse quite a bit. And Willie called me. He said, Don, I'm making a comeback. Can you help me out? Give me some, the right opponents. I said, Willie, why? Why do you want to fight? Why? He said, Don, I got 5 ex-wives. I got to support. I said, I got Sugar Ray Robinson. And all of a sudden it hit me. I called Willie. I said, Willie, I got Ray Robinson fighting in Johnstown, PA. I said, I want to put you on the card. The idea of Ray Robinson and Willie Pep on the same card. And I said, I can only put you in a 6. No, he said, Don, I'll fight a 6-rounder. All right? He came in, and I had Willie Pep, Ray Robinson. And no one ever really realizes until they look up, and you see that they both fought on the same card. And Willie incredibly thanked me. He said to me, after the fight, I said, we're having a big, press conference, and after fight party, he said, this is for Ray, not for me. I said, Willie, you've got to stay, please. But he said, no, this is Ray Robinson's night, not mine. And he left, and he drove back to Connecticut, so I had them both in the same car.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is, and no one realizes that.
What a dream!
I tell it was. When people ask me, I've got many great nights of my life. That is something that is like, wow. No one can ever say they promoted and had Ray Robinson and Willie Pep on the same court. Anyway, it was a. It was
How'd
awesome.
Willie do, by the way?
He won. Yeah, he won that fight. And I remember his last fight. He said, "I'm fighting Calvin Woodland." I said, "Don't take the fight, Willie. You're gonna lose it." And I begged him, just that you don't need that fight. He got beaten and he retired after that.
Right.
Yeah, he retired. And we had a great relationship. And one of the other great nights of my life, I'm 16 years old. I boxed Willie Pep, and this is also now. I could box. I had a good left hand. The left hand always, and like I said, I couldn't punch. And I boxed 3 rounds, 3 3-minute rounds with Pep. And boy, I wish this stuff could be recorded. We got finished when the sun in the ring, and I had a good left hand, all right? He said, and that was his baby. He said, "You're going to become world champion."
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, these are words that, but he lied to me. It didn't happen.
One of your legendary stories, talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. One time, you offered to him his
Gloves.
gloves, yeah.
That took place in Johnstown. That's another one of my favorites. One of the great stories. And there's a restaurant there called the Golden Key. And they were helping sponsor the fight. So I'm doing the press conference, all right? And the Buffalo paper was there. Elbaum was there. This is building up to the Joey Archer fight.
Yeah.
And, everyone, the local papers, the place was packed. So I got all of them sitting at the head table, and Ray's wife was there too. Now I bring in a cake. I have 2 girls, one on each side. I bring this big cake with 25 candles, because it's 25 years to the date that he turned pro. Congratulations, Sugar Ray, all right? So they put the cake there in front of him, all right? And blows out all the cakes, all right? Now, after that, I go to the kitchen, come out with my hand behind my back, and I said, "Ray, 25 years ago, you turned pro against Joe Echevarri." I'm sorry, I got my hand. I said, "Don't ask me how I did this, because you cannot believe this story." I said, "It's unreal." And then very slowly, I took behind me, I said, 2 battered gloves. I said, "Ray, these are the gloves you used 25 years ago to knock out Joe Echevarri." And he looks at me and he said, "How?" I said, "Ray, don't, please don't." He took these gloves like a baby, and boy, the cameras are clicking. I come around, and now I'm walking, and I'm standing next to Ray,
Yeah.
And he takes one glove, puts it down by one side of the cake, takes the other glove and puts it down by the other. Elbaum says, Ray, put on the gloves." And all of a sudden, I see something, and I have no idea how I didn't get caught there, because I stepped on his toe, and I went, "Hey, don't, one more, don't." And all of a sudden he sees what I see. 2 right-handed gloves. and like the drama king he is, and I'll never forget these words. He said, "I can't." And Abram says, "I understand." And anyway, oh Jesus.